Business Express on Smooth 98.1 in collaboration with Quick Teller. Quick Teller, everyday payments made easy.
And a good morning to you once more, Lagos. You are still tuned in and listening to Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. It's 45 minutes gone past 6 today, Monday, the 28th of May, which means it's time to jump into the world of business inside of Business Express. Good morning, Rotus. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Good morning, Folu. Good morning, Lagos.
Hey. All right, Lagos, get ready to join in the conversation. Just use the hashtag BusinessExpress981 up on Twitter or send us a message to our WhatsApp number, which is 0809 444 0981. And don't forget, we are streaming live on YouTube. We've been streaming live on YouTube for a while.
Yes.
So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us at youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. Good morning.
All right. And I also want to welcome Ugodre of Nairametrics and Olamide of ARM in the studio. Good morning, people.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Rotus. Good morning, Lagos.
Yes. So, stock market as of Friday down by another 1%, 39, we're falling below 40,000 points. 39,323 is where we closed on Friday. The market was down by 2.8% last week. For the month of May, we're down by 4.8%. So far this year, we're up by just 2.8%. 12 stocks gained, 42 declined. Keja Hotel top gainer. Equity Assurance was the top loser. We're still at 366 naira to the dollar. So Lagos, this is the second time I'm actually treating this this article from Nairametrics, because we looked at this at the beginning of the month. What history tells us happens to Nigerian stocks in the month of May, and I just plucked a prediction out of the air that's okay. We're going to be negative again this month. Well, not again. Sorry, we're going to be negative this month because out of the last 35 years, the market has only been negative in the month of May, only about 7-8 times. Yeah, it's been rare, but it seems like the bearish run on the market continues. It doesn't look like it's
it doesn't look like it's abating
Yeah.
anytime soon.
Yeah.
So when I saw the story, I thought we were trying to pull one on me. Like
No. No, at all.
Anyway.
I like that article. I did.
Yeah,
That was
so
very nice.
we did look back at all share index for May over the last 30 years plus, and it kind of looked like May has always been positive month.
Right,
So,
exactly.
but unfortunately, May actually started out negative, and in fact, that's actually what we looked at. We did this article. And, I mean, what's May going to close? Is it going to snap that streak that it's had over the last few years? It looks like that's what's going to happen, except a miracle happens between today
And Thursday.
and Wednesday, and maybe
Yeah.
Thursday. But it's unlikely. I think a lot of what's going on now is a bit of fear. The emerging market turmoil is about to come on, and the US dollar is stronger. And the US also increased their own interest rates, so it seems as if there's an exit in emerging markets currently, or there's a pullback. So people are on the sidelines and waiting. Also, I think a lot of the dividends that were paid from the earnings season that we just finished were paid in May as well. So that also sort of affected the valuation for stocks. And then Nigerians are also a little bit taking profits out of the capital gains that we've had all through the year. We've had a blistering first quarter of 2018, so you expect a bit of profit taking now. So I guess, and then of course there's also that rule, that other one that
Selling
says,
May and
selling May,
going away,
so maybe that's what's happening as well. But it's looking like May is going to be really, 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 really bearish.
Olamide, any divergent thoughts, or you agree with what's been said as far as what's happening on the markets?
Well, with what you said, the view is the same. We have just 4 days left, and market has been negative for like the past few weeks. So I mean, it's just it's glaring, and the fear is still all on. I mean, we feel what they are basically doing, what's happening in US. Earnings in US will definitely come out fine, because the year has been good for them in terms of the policies that they've seen recently. Also in terms of their FI instruments, rates are actually higher. We saw the 10-year touching about 3%. So I mean, for now, and Nigeria, apart from, so yes, the economic fundamentals are actually fine, but the risk of politics, or the political uncertainty, is still something that any country will want to price. And it's no portfolio manager that would go right to say, okay, yeah, so the emerging guys can give you good returns, but I mean, it doesn't sound well for you to still go there when you're not certain of what will happen in the next few months in terms of politics. So I think that's basically what is being priced into the market. In terms of any miracle happening and the market closing positive in me, that would be really far-fetched, except there's going to be like a divine intervention.
Right.
That ain't gonna happen.
Okay, so as far as picks, do you guys, I mean, have any of your picks changed? I mean, because right now, I mean, this also presents a bargain hunting opportunity, I think, for investors. So what do you guys like?
Well, for now, we still have a buy rating on Seplat.
Okay.
We also have on Okomo. We have First Bank is still a buy for us.
Okay.
UB is still also a buy for us. I think we still have Dangote Sugar as also a buy. If for people or for investors that are interested in getting detailed analysis, they can visit our portal, ARM trade portal, with how to play in the market and what to do. So
okay, so lots some diversity there with your stocks. So
every bearish market is an opportunity. Especially
to interrupt, sometimes we have new listeners. Fugaz is
Fugaz is just our own acronym for First Bank or FBNH, UBA, GTB, Access Bank, and Zenith Bank. So those are tier 1 banks, Nigerian tier 1 banks.
Right, we we'll go hop into that. Yeah.
So they are usually on my pick. I also have the likes of Nestle on my watch list. It's one stock that I kind of like, but I have actually never bought Nestle before.
Really?
Yeah. So I think Nestle is one stock that I should add to my portfolio. I think they've been resilient. They've been posting close to double-digit revenue growth year on year. Yes, in terms of valuation multiples, way out of my own reach at 30 plus, but it's been like that for years. Stock on my radar. Just like you said, Seplat as well. Seplat is also on my radar. Even though as well as those one other stuff.
Good stuff. All right. Olamide, let's come back as import figures from the Bureau of Statistics for fuel. Or what are we seeing for the first quarter?
Well, for the first quarter of 2018, what we saw was importation was significantly high, and I don't think that's a surprise. We know that. So if you check the historical data that was released, on the average, daily average importation that you would find up until as for full year, you find like 51 million liters is what we import these is up until 2016, but 2017 we saw a decline to about 47 million liters, and that's as a result of major marketers not bringing in goods based on the fact that importation costs had soared, and that's in line with what we saw with global crude prices basically. And based on that, NNPC are actually put in efforts to ensure that the scarcity we saw in December, we saw late last year, would not occur, and we saw a very high importation in Q1. So daily average so far in Q1 2018 touched about 5.6. I think that's the highest we've had so far. So I mean, in terms of what we see going forward, we still do not expect the major marketers to come back into the market in terms of bringing in products. We expect them to still rely on NNPC. I mean, so far we've had NNPC gives them at 139, and they sell at 145 basically. So business will still be pressured, like downstream business in terms of margins, we still expect it to be pressured. In terms of what this means for NNPC, basically, as we all know, on the recovery story and all of that, for us, we don't think crude oil prices will go significantly low this year. Okay. So we're looking at an average of between $65 to $70. We've got into a market whereby it's able to cause a reaction in the market. So with an average of 65, 70, you're looking at the under recovery from 10 billion that they record 10 billion on a daily basis, average of 10 billion. You're expecting from 10 billion in 2017, you're looking at it going to about 90 to 100 billion naira in 2018 based on what we've seen in crude oil price. And that's really, it's I don't want to use the wrong word, but that's like an additional expense to them. We're already at a deficit of 1.95. That's like an additional, so 100 billion daily, you're looking at 1 trillion total in 2018.
Is that what subsidies?
Yeah, maybe that's what it's called, under recovery,
Right.
And what that's telling us is, so yeah, election, they might really not raise the PMS price, but 2018, I mean, if we still maintain this and with an average of $65 to $70 per barrel, then you can look at oil price, that's PMS price in Nigeria, going to about 190 to 200 naira per liter sometime in Q2 2019. after the election.
CBN and BDCs, because Olamide mentioned, selling NNPC selling to marketers at 139, then needed to sell to the rest of us at 145, and it's spread. I want to now use that to come to this circular that the CBN released, I believe it was Friday, or was it yesterday? Actually, I saw the tweets where they're talking about making sure that BDCs come to participate in the market 3 times a week, and also that banks mandatorily sell over-the-counter FX to people who want to travel. BDCs have come back and fought back against it. I want to get your thoughts real quick. So what's going on?
Yeah, so just to recap, so the CBN issued a circular, I think, over the weekend that banks and BDCs should ensure that there's forex available to Nigerians who want to travel abroad for PT or BTA, or those perhaps who want to pay school fees. So, which was kind of surprising. I mean,
we have
considering that already exists.
Yeah, right.
So perhaps maybe CBN is already envisaging some kind of liquidity squeeze in the FX market, and so issue that one into banks and then BDCs. Of course, trying force them to avoid any kind of hoarding. And CBN also says BDCs should actually come and buy FX from them Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Mandatory 3 days a week. Yeah.
And if they don't pick up their $30,000 FX, then they might have to reconsider the licenses that they're giving them. So it was kind of surprising. We really know what's the catch here, because really there's always a catch. So BDCs have came back and said nope. We don't agree with this. Not like they can disagree,
right?
But they're saying they don't agree, and the reason is that look, it's unfair to them that the banks are buying from the CBN is selling to the banks at 357, while they are buying from the CBN at 360.
Right.
So the banks have an advantage over them, and it's the same market that you're all into, right? You and I.
Right.
So, and that it's not fair that the CBN should converge FX rates if they are to survive. So that basically is what's going on here.
Interesting stuff. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah,
go ahead. Yes.
What he said, I think the CBN is basically just reacting to the pressures we've seen in the market. So parallel market from 63 naira to $1, it's about 366
right.
to a dollar right now. And also, if you check the IEW window, we saw, although it's slightly appreciated on Friday, but we've actually seen the currency depreciate slightly. And what you find is, so relative to the past 10 months, we've seen net supply in the market. So in terms of the guys bringing in dollars into the market,
yes.
and the ones taking, that's the demand and the supply, and we've seen a net supply. But for the first time in May, we actually saw a net demand of about $1.1 billion. Also, I mean, relative to what we've seen in the reserves, where we've seen it grow consistently, between 10th and 21st of May, we actually saw a depletion of about $101 million basically. So currently our reserves are 47.8. So I think that's basically what
CBN is.
They're trying to manage. They're trying to manage that. Currency still remains good.
Interesting. So, all right, Ugodre, but just a minute left. Let's jump into that Fidelity story real quick. It's in Nairametrics. There's some talk that Fidelity wants to join Fugaz. They want to join Tier 1. What's happening?
Fidelity, by the way, has been on my radar as well as one stock to watch. The CEO says he has a 4-year plan. I mean, like, he's been there for 4 years already. Anyway, he says he has a 4-year plan to 4-year strategic growth plan, and he wants to get Fidelity back into the Tier 1 status. I kind of like that ambition. It's about time that the figures have 1 or 2 Tier 2 banks join that space. I mean, you shouldn't actually. Tier 2 is not a destiny. I mean,
right.
Like,
you should push for more.
Push forward. So I'm kind of happy that at least there's some CEO who wants to be in that mix, and I think so far so good. And your numbers allude to that. Even though the culture of the banks, what you also have to look at. But then going by their numbers, going by their profitability growth over the last 3 years, it's probably possible that they can maybe 4 years, not too sure, probably 5, 6.
Good stuff. Ugodre of Nairametrics, Olamide of ARM. Thank you so much for joining us today. Great stories. Folu, that ought to do it.
Thank you very much. Coming up next, Lagos at 7 o'clock on the dot, frankly speaking, with Muyiwa Falabi. And after that, at 7:30, detailed newspaper analysis inside of Freshly Pressed. Good morning.
Why are you running to?